I've been coming to the Great Smoky Mountains since I was a kid, and I've always been in love with this area. I think it's the most beautiful section of mountains east of the Colorado Rockies. Not to mention the people here are some of the finest folks you'll ever meet. I'm Mike, and during the next hour, we're going to take a look in and around the Smokies and show you some places to visit and things to do while you're here.
I'm Brittany, and I, along with our somewhat unusual cameraman David, met up with Mike shortly after he started producing the Visitors Information Channel. Since the three of us started working together, I'll have to admit, it's been a little weird at times, but a lot of fun. And over the years, we've learned a lot about this area called the Great Smoky Mountains. And now, we're going to share that with you, and we're going to have a little more fun.
Back in 1926, Congress finally agreed to creating a national park in the mountains of Tennessee and North Carolina. Shortly thereafter, people started coming in droves to see this pristine slice of heaven known as the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
It's grown into the most visited national park in the United States, and due to the number of tourists coming here, towns like Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and Sevierville sprang up to accommodate and entertain visitors from all over the world.
So sit back and relax, and we're going to show you why it's called the Great Smoky Mountains.
Up first, these mountains have their very own mascot, and we'll take a look at that right after this.
Born from Appalachian mud and mist, from passed down secrets and passed on traditions, from law abiding and law unabiding, born from calloused hands and broken back, from deep bluegrass and rich bluegrass, born from good people and shared with the same. Old Smoky Tennessee moonshine. Have some, friend.
What's the fondue effect at the melting pot? It's hard to describe. Let's start with the actual word. Fondue. Fondue. It just sounds fun. And the menu isn't like menus in other restaurants. So just as fast as you can dip a piece of French bread into a pot of melting cheesy yumminess, your daily routine has melted away right along with it. Yep, this is no everyday restaurant. Welcome to the melting pot. Welcome to the fondue effect.
For reservations, call 865-430-4430. Part of the pleasure of being on vacation is staying at a place that's comfortable and offers all the amenities. A place where you can relax and forget about everything life throws your way. Somewhere with enough elbow room so you don't feel like you're staying in an oversized closet. A location that's situated back in nature and yet only a few steps away from all the action. Sounds a little too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, it's true. Park Place Condos, Gatlinburg.
Won't you get in here and make me some biscuits?
Won't you give me a raise?
Hi there. I'm Mike, your nature guide. Welcome to Subway in the Woods.
We got a mama and a cub. I can't see her. David's got her.
Are you gonna go pet the cub?
Not if I want to live another day.
Afraid of a bear? Not me.
Boy, it is amazing how strong a bear is.
Yeah, I guess they are pretty strong.
Unbelievably strong. One afternoon I saw one go up to one of those big metal dumpsters with one hand, grabbed it, pulled it right over on the ground.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When what happened?
I went back in my room and made a sandwich.
Bears have hands?
No.
There's around 1,500 black bears in the park, and seeing one is quite a treat for those lucky enough to run across one. But what a lot of people forget is that black bears are wild, and sometimes their behavior can be unpredictable. If you see a bear, keep this in mind. They'll change their behavior when they're getting agitated. They may give you a strong stare, pop their gums, or swat the ground to let you know they're demanding more space.
If this happens, here's what you do. Stop, back slowly away, and give the bear plenty of room. Now, if he starts towards you, stand your ground and make a lot of noise. Try to intimidate the bear. Show him you're in charge. Don't run. In most cases, if you just increase the distance between you and the bear, he'll probably do the same.
Now, I know this sounds like old worn-out cliche, but do not feed the bears. Don't leave any garbage in the park, and if you're camping, you need to put your food in a bag and hang it from a tree limb high enough that a bear can't reach it. Simply put, here's what happens if you feed or allow bears to get to your food. The animal begins to lose its fear of humans and starts associating human scent with the reward of food. When this happens, it usually ends in the death of the bear, and that's what we don't want to happen.
Hey, let's just take a moment and talk about fun. For some, it's being pampered in a world-class spa. For others, it's dining out, especially when you have a number of great places to choose from. Taking in a concert with top-name entertainment. That's really fun. Or simply playing games. Games where, if you win, you walk away a little better off. Harrah's Cherokee Casino. It's all about fun.
Bring a little sunshine in my life. Bring a little sunshine in my life. Bring a little sunshine in my life. I lay your love dear. Hey y'all, my name is Amy Sunshine, and you're watching the Visitors Channel, and we want to thank you kindly.
Sure, you want to stay in a nice place while you're here in the Smokies. You also want to stay where there's lots of amenities, like indoor and outdoor pools, a restaurant, rooms right on a trout stream, a facility for meetings and reunions. Sure, you want to stay in a nice place with lots of amenities. Well, here you go. The Sidney James Mountain Lodge, Airport Road, Gatlinburg.
Hey, here's where we could all stay.
That's a funeral home.
Oh, we don't want to stay there. How about this?
And that's an apartment complex. Can I see your phone?
Sure.
Okay. There, room's booked.
Wow, that was quick. Does my room have a hot tub?
Yeah, it's right next to the heart-shaped bed, and there's mirrors on the ceiling.
Oh, man, that's great. One of the first things you have to consider when you're planning a vacation or a weekend getaway is lodging. Now, here in the Smokies, there's quite a few options. A lot of people will say, oh, we'll just get someplace when we get there. Well, that's one way of doing it.
Another way is to get on the internet and look at hotels and motels. Now, there's some that overlook the main drag in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, and others overlook the area rivers. There's a lot of options. But for example, if you and your wife or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend or partner or whatever are planning to travel with another couple, you might want to look at splitting the bill and getting a cabin or a condo.
Let's say a motel room costs $75 a night. So, you and your friends get 2 motel rooms. That's $150 a night. Now, for the same amount of money, you probably could have gotten a cabin or a condo. Most all cabins have hot tubs, a pool table, a kitchen, and a lot more room. Not to mention, most cabins are located out in the middle of nowhere, so you've got that peaceful and private thing going on.
Another consideration is family reunions, corporate functions, spiritual retreats, that sort of thing where the whole group wants to hang out together. Well, get this. There are cabins right here that have 18 bedrooms. Did she say 18 bedrooms? I believe she did.
So, having said all that, there's yet one more consideration, and that is if you're staying in a cabin, chances are good you don't have a swimming pool. Now, kids love a swimming pool. Also, if you're staying in a motel or hotel, that puts you a lot closer to the action, if that's where you want to be. Now, if you'd like for your trip to the Smokies to be a little more enjoyable, stop and ask yourself, where would I like to live for a few days?
And while you're browsing for lodging, check us out at visitorsinfotv.com.
On the Worldwide Net Web.
If you'd like a traditional country breakfast, here's what you do. Start out with fluffy, made-from-scratch buttermilk pancakes. Maybe try out a flavor you've never had before. Or a skillet breakfast. An omelet, country ham, or pork chops. If you'd like a traditional country breakfast, flapjacks. 6 locations right here in the Great Smoky Mountains.
Hey, we appreciate you joining us here on the Visitors Information Channel, and we'd love to hear from you. This is our email address. Underneath that's our website, where you'll find a lot more videos about great places to visit in the Mountain South. You can also check us out on YouTube.
No, that's YouTube.
Who's my tube?
No, YouTube.
Whose tube?
Your tube.
I said your tube.
Oh, forget it.
We're also on FacePage. Everyone should experience Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede dinner attraction. Why? Here's why. This is Gary Davis, aka Biscuit, who happens to be a 4-time national champion banjo player. And I have absolutely no idea why I am sitting here trying to keep up with this man.
That's great.
Biscuit, you and Mountain Ruckus kicked the show off, right?
Yeah, we're a 3-piece band, acoustic oriented. We do all styles of music. We get people gathering, we try to, our part might start around an hour before the main event. And our job, we come in here trying to get everybody rallied up, fired up. They're hanging from the rafters, just screaming, hollering, having a good old time.
Having a great time. That is super. Let me hear you smoke that banjo one time.
Little old Joe Clark.
Yes, sir. After listening to some good music, prepare yourself for a 4-course dinner you won't soon forget. Dusty, I understand you're a Roman rider. Now, what exactly is Roman riding?
Roman riding is where a rider stands on top of 2 horses. I'll have 1 foot on each horse. I'm going to come into this arena and I'm going to perform a series of exciting, fast-paced maneuvers on these horses, showcasing the relationship between myself and these 2. To end the act with our big finale, we're going to jump through this ring of fire.
Whoa. You think you could teach me to do that?
Probably not.
Now you see why I say everyone should experience Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede dinner attraction.
Tell someone you saw a blue moose. When they say, "Really?" just say, "Yeah." Then start talking about things like jumbo wings in 16 flavors and killer hot dogs. When they start looking at you funny, mention something about how you love having a variety of beers. Then ask them if they knew 20 televisions could cover all the ball games. When they say, "What are you talking about?" just say, "There's a blue moose in Pigeon Forge." They'll probably just run off, screaming.
That might be a little hot. Gotta stop and smell the roses. Smell.
Whoa, take it off.
shoe some of these flies?
No, it's way too much trouble. Just let them go barefooted. There's over 800 miles of hiking trails here in the Great Smoky Mountains, ranging anywhere from easy to difficult. And you can take anything from a half-hour walk to a week-long backpacking trip. Ah!
Some of the hiking trails in this area will take you by some pretty majestic waterfalls. For example, the Trillium Gap Trail. You'll find this trail right off the Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail in Gatlinburg. It's a moderate hike that's 2.6 miles round trip. You'll walk through a forest of hemlocks and end up at Grotto Falls. What makes Grotto Falls distinctive is it's the only waterfall in the park you can actually walk behind.
Another good hiking trail where you get rewarded with a waterfall at the end of the trail is the Laurel Falls Trail. Now, the Laurel Falls Trail is the first trail you'll come to on Little River Road, which is the road that runs in front of Sugar Land Visitor Center. Two good things about this trail are, while it's a little rough, it is paved, which opens it up to baby strollers and wheelchairs. The other good thing is, you end up at a breathtaking 60-foot waterfall. This trail is also only 2.6 miles round trip, but if you walk just past the waterfalls, you'll find yourself in what's called an old growth forest. This is where years ago, loggers couldn't cut timber because they had no way to get the logs out. Consequently, you'll see some enormous trees here.
If you'd like to get a little more aggressive, then there's the Abrams Falls Trail, which is 5 miles round trip. Abrams Creek is the largest stream in the park, and when all that water goes over the falls, it drops into one of the largest natural pools in the Smokies. Now, to get to Abrams Falls, head out to Cades Cove and look for an unpaved side road between signposts 10 and 11.
There's lots of other good hiking trails, too many to mention here, but another good type of trail to look for are the loop trails. We'll tell you a little more about those later on in the show. To get more information about all the various hiking trails around here, either go to one of the local outfitters or stop in Sugar Land's Visitor Center.
And go.
Here's where you'll find brochures and books that'll tell you everything you need to know about hiking in the Smokies.
Okay, hold it and cut. Okay.
All right.
High atop Beech Mountain with its breathtaking scenery and endless outdoor activities is a resort that will take your getaway to the next level. The Pinnacle Inn Resort not only has comfortable rooms with fireplaces and mountain views, but more amenities than you can imagine. Take, for example, a beautiful indoor heated pool along with 4 hot tubs, a weight room, a steam room, and dry sauna. Enjoy indoor activities like playing pool, ping pong, or video games. Outdoor activities include tennis, shuffleboard, putt-putt golf, grills and picnic areas, hiking trails, and a playground, all on the grounds of the Pinnacle Inn Resort. And as if that's not enough, there's shuttle service to Ski Beach in the winter and planned activities for guests and owners in the summer. So take your next vacation to a higher level. The Pinnacle Inn Resort on Beech Mountain.
You can be whatever you want to be. Be a race car driver. Be a fighter pilot. Be a mighty hunter. Be a hockey player. Be an explorer. Be a winner. You can be whatever you want to be at Arcade City, Big Top, and Rockin' Raceway in Pigeon Forge.
Oh, bury me beneath the willow under the weeping willow tree. Hey y'all, my name is Miss Sunshine, and you're watching the Visitor Channel, and we want to thank you kindly.
The great thing about memories is you can never have too many. So why not make as many as you can? Plan your getaway at visitknoxville.com. Visit Knoxville. The memories stay with you.
You bring the family, we bring the fun. Nothing beats an all-you-care-to-eat and drink buffet. One with pizzas, pastas, salads, and desserts. Gatti's Pizza. Yeah, that's all you need to know. There's a dining room for sports, one for the kids, and one that's just nice and quiet. After the buffet, it's arcade time. Gatti's Arcade has over 90 high-tech games, along with Spin Zone indoor bumper cars. Gatti's Pizza. You bring the family, we bring the fun.
One of my favorite things to do here in the Smokies is go shopping. Now, while I'm supposed to be out working, I can't help stopping now and then to see what might lie inside this establishment that continues to call my name. Ooh. The great thing about shopping here in the mountains is you're going to find whatever it is you're looking for. As a matter of fact, you're going to find things you never even knew existed. There can never be too many outlet malls, and there's quite a few of them around here. The beauty of outlet malls, you can get brand name stuff at a considerable discount. Love me some discounts. Now, to step outside of the commercial corridors, there's a place outside of Gatlinburg called the Arts and Crafts Community. Out here, there's a very talented group of artists and craftspeople that offer up their creations, and the art you'll find is one of a kind, handmade right here in the Smokies.
Here's a little bit of a twist on shopping. If you're a wine lover, you can take what's called the Rocky Top Wine Trail. There's 5 wineries within 12 miles of each other. You can enjoy a wine tasting and sample some of the finest wines the Mountain South has to offer.
All that shopping's made me hungry. And that's the great part about Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge and Sevierville. You're not going to run out of options for that either. There's everything from steak and seafood houses to Chinese to Mexican to Italian to a lot more. You can go anywhere from hamburger to fine dining.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, working a crossword puzzle here. What's a 9-letter word meaning to do or say again?
Reiterate.
Okay, what's a 9-letter word that means to do or say again?
Reiterate.
You're not getting this, are you?
Believe me, I get it. We'll be right back.
There's a lot of fun to be had in Cherokee, North Carolina, and it's a lot closer than you might think.
Where's the best place to stay while you're in the Smokies? It's according to what you're looking for. Wouldn't it be nice to have a list of options? Well, now you do. Simply pick up a copy of Smoky Mountain Lodging.
We got one line!
Yay! One line.
Here's Johnny.
I'm getting out of here. You need to get more exercise. You should do more hiking.
You need to get off my case.
And hiking is a great way to see the Smokies. You've said so yourself.
Another great way to see the Smokies is riding down the highway.
But you don't get any exercise.
What if I've got to walk to the car? We probably get out and take some pictures. I'll have to walk to the bathroom maybe. Phew, I'm tired already.
Without question, one of the best places to visit in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park is Cades Cove. Now, what is Cades Cove, you ask? It's an 11-mile auto tour that takes you through a very scenic valley where you'll see wildlife like you've never seen it before. It's kind of like being on a safari in the comfort of your own car. To get there, take Little River Road, which is the road that runs in front of Sugarland's Visitor Center, and follow it for about 30 minutes, and voila, you're there. Cades Cove is the best place for the opportunity to see deer, fox, bear, wild turkeys, coyotes, the list goes on and on. You'll also drive past old settlements, churches, and a grist mill that dates back to the early 1800s. The best time to see wildlife in Cades Cove is early morning and late afternoon, but keep in mind during the peak season there's going to be a lot of traffic, and they're going to be moving slow because they don't want to miss seeing any wildlife, just like the rest of us.
Where else could we ride through nature because we don't want to get any exercise, you may be asking? Well, there's another looping auto tour called the Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail. The Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail is a 5-mile one-way auto tour that also takes you past old settlements like the Bud Ogle Farm. You'll also drive by some pretty impressive waterfalls and a few good hiking trails. Where is this wonderful Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail I speak of? Well, you simply drive into Gatlinburg and turn onto historic Nature Trail Airport Road. It's the same road, they just couldn't figure out what to name it. And you go straight, that's all you gotta remember. Historic Nature Trail Airport Road. And there's not an airport there. I still don't understand that one.
If you're a steak lover, I can assure you nothing beats hand-cut, aged Grand Champion Angus beef, grilled to perfection. If you're a seafood lover, I can assure you if it's delivered fresh daily and prepared correctly, it's going to be as tasty as it gets. Pair these with a fine wine, and I can assure you it doesn't get any better than this. Bullfish Grill. No bull, just great food.
I saw my money, bought a $2 bill. $2 bill, boys, $2 bill. I stole my money, bought a $2 bill, and I'm on my long journey home. Hey, my name's Amy Sunshine. You're watching the Visitors Channel, and we want to thank you kindly.
So, let's say you're staying here in the Smokies and looking for a little late-night fun. There's a place in Pigeon Forge called Captain Jim's Seafood. Unknown to many, here's where you'll find Captain Jim's After Hours Lounge. A little live music, a little karaoke, and a lot of fun. Captain Jim's After Hours Lounge. It just sounds kinda cool, don't it? Savor the flavor of authentic mountain dining in the Smokies at the Timberwood Grill. Here's where you'll enjoy everything from our legendary half-pound burgers to aged USDA choice steaks, ribs, salmon, and a whole lot more. So do yourself a favor and savor the flavor of the Timberwood Grill at the Island in Pigeon Forge.
So Dave, what did you plan on doing with a 40-foot neon parrot in the first place?
Well, see, the idea was...
I don't even want to know.
Okay, so you're on vacation here in the Smokies and you're looking for things to do. Well, I can assure you, you're not going to run out of things to do. Of course, the Smoky Mountains National Park is the #1 attraction. Outside of that, there's Dollywood, the island, theaters, zip lines, go-karts, mini golf. The list goes on and on.
In the last few years, zip lines have become extremely popular, but they actually date back to the early 1700s, where in mountainous areas they were used to get across rivers. Today, they're mainly used for fun. You get all strapped in and you go screaming down a long cable through the woods. It's a good way to take in the great outdoors real quick.
After you've had a fun-filled day of adventure, the next best thing you can do is have a nice dinner and take in a show. Or, better yet, go to a dinner show and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The theaters around here rival anything you're going to see anywhere. There's everything from song and dance to comedy to arenas filled with large-scale productions. The rates at all the theaters are reasonable, and there's coupons floating around all over town that will save you a few bucks.
Everyone enjoys mini golf. This game's been around since the early part of the 20th century. Actually, the first standardized mini golf course opened in 1916 in Pinehurst, North Carolina. The game was revolutionized in 1922 when Thomas Fairbairn formulated a suitable artificial green, what we know today as outdoor carpet. What makes mini golf in the Smokies so unique is that most courses here are very interactive. There's characters that move, tricky shots, and every hole is completely different.
So, in summation, you ain't never going to run out of something to do here in the Smokies.
And to see videos of more things you can do while you're here, check out our website at visitorsinfotv.com.
Also, check us out on Facebook.
Who says you can't take it with you? A visit to Knoxville lives on in your memory long after you pack your bags for home. Plan your getaway at visitknoxville.com. Visit Knoxville. The memories stay with you.
For over 35 years, the folks at the Log Cabin Pancake House have been serving up the best breakfast and lunch you'll find anywhere in the Appalachian Mountains. When you order breakfast, you can count on everything being homemade, from our 6 different pancake batters to scratch-made biscuits. Lunch consists of an all-you-can-eat buffet that includes a salad bar, homemade soups, good old southern dishes like fried chicken, meatloaf, or home-style steak and gravy, fresh vegetables, hot rolls, and dessert. Visit the Log Cabin Pancake House on Airport Road in Gatlinburg and at traffic light number 10 in Pigeon Forge.
Hi, I'm Meredith, and today we're taking a behind-the-scenes look at the Rocky Top Wine Trail. This is a free tour that allows guests to sample wines from 5 of the most popular wineries in the Great Smoky Mountains.
Hey Meredith, welcome to Mountain Valley Winery.
Hi, thanks so much for having us here today.
Glad you're here. My name's JB. I'm Vice President Operations for the Wine Trail, and I'm excited you're here with us.
Yes, we'd love to know a little bit more about the free tour.
Fantastic. Well, you're starting off today at Mountain Valley Winery. It's one of 5 wineries on the Rocky Top Wine Trail. So you can stop at Mountain Valley, Hillside Winery, Apple Barn Winery, Sugarland Cellars, or Eagle Springs to start out the trail. Free tasting at every location, and the only thing it costs to actually complete the trail is you got to pick up a free passport. So at your first stop here at Mountain Valley, you have this one. They'll stamp it for you at each location. After 3 stamps, you get a wine glass, and after 5, you get another free gift to take home.
Wow, well, I'm anxious to get my first stamp.
Cool, well, we'll get you started out. Let's go.
Okay.
Well, what I'm working on here is some barrels of Tempranillo. These grapes for this wine are grown at Reedy Creek Vineyard, which is in Sullivan County near Kingsport.
How do I get your job?
A lot of people are looking for it.
So Meredith, we've made it up here to Sugarland Cellars in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
We'd love to show you around our winery. We're rich in Gatlinburg's history. Tell you about a few things that go on here.
Absolutely. Come on.
This way.
Well, Meredith, we're here at the Apple Barn Winery, your third stop on the wine trail. Here, most of the apples are actually grown on an orchard just out behind here.
Here at Hillside, we focus on Italian style and sparkling wines. So we have the only champagne tanks in the company.
So you made it. This is the 5th stop on the wine trail. I hope you've been enjoying it so far.
It's been a lot of fun. This particular location is a honey-based winery. So we're going to stamp your passport, and I'm going to give you your final gift. This is a stemless glass, and we appreciate you coming in.
Well, JB, thank you so much. I had a wonderful day.
Well, good. I'm glad you did. Here's a bottle from each location for you to take home with you.
Thank you so much, JB.
Yep, come back and see us.
And if you haven't done it yet, you need to check out the Rocky Top Wine Trail here in the Great Smoky Mountains. Until then, see you next time.
I'm here with Miss Emmy Sunshine, who I think you're going to find is going to have quite a career in the music industry. Emmy, thanks so much for being here with us. How long have you been playing and singing?
Well, I've been playing ukulele about 2 years now, and I've been singing ever since I was 4.
4? Wow. Now, who are some of your favorite artists?
June Carter and Johnny Cash and Buddy Miller.
Okay, all right. And what kind of music do you really like?
Old-time country.
Just old-time country. That's great. Now, I know you play, I think, more than one instrument, right?
Yes.
What all do you play?
Well, I just now started picking up the guitar, and I do a little bit of mandolin, and I do a little bit of auto harp.
Auto harp, wow. And this is a what?
Ukulele.
That's just a straight-up ukulele with a resonator on it.
Yep.
Wow, that's something else. Now, I heard that you played at the Grand Ole Opry. Now, what was that like?
Exciting.
I'll bet it was. Did you stand on the part of the floor that they cut out from the Ryman? Wow, what an honor that is.
It was. I was really honored to be there.
Where do you see yourself at, say, age 21? Where would you like to be?
In Emmylou Harris's shoes.
In Emmylou Harris's shoes. That's great. Well, those are some pretty good shoes to be in. Would you give us just a little piece of Emmy Sunshine?
Of course I will. Little blackbird sitting at the window. Little blackbird, listen to me cry. Little blackbird sitting at the window. What shall I do? Guess what shall I do?
You can see a lot more of Emmy Sunshine on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Did I cover all the bases there? So check out some more of her work. It's pretty doggone good. Emmy, thank you for being out here with us, and you done good.
Thank you kindly.
Your grandfather brought your father. Your father brought you. Now you're a dad. See it again through your children's eyes. The wonder of Cherokee.
Aioli.
Immerse them in the 11,000-year-old Cherokee story with priceless ancient artifacts and life-sized figures. Watch their eyes grow wider with computer-generated imagery. Rediscover long-lost oohs and ahs with authentic artwork and dioramas. Show your little warriors the real thing. Come away feeling a little closer to our heritage and each other. The next stop on your learning journey takes you to the oldest and leading Native American cooperative in the country, the Qualla Arts and Crafts Mutual. Step into the permanent gallery and bear witness to the legendary craftsmanship in our collection of authentic Cherokee artifacts. Then stroll into the art gallery and enjoy 21st century Cherokee artwork. You just might find a perfect piece of handmade history and heritage to take home.
Originally.
Once you are at the village, you will see it's more than just a place. It's also a time. 1760. As you step into the Oconaluftee Indian Village, you're transported back to witness the challenges of Cherokee life at a time of rapid cultural change. Oconaluftee showcases a living culture as they use ancient techniques to hull canoes, make pottery and masks, weave baskets and beadwork, and participate in their daily activities.
Adana Trishti.
In season, round out your Cherokee experience by taking in an outdoor drama that the Wall Street Journal called splendidly authentic, Unto These Hills. It's one of the only dramas in the world where the story is told by the descendants of those that the story is about. The drama traces the Cherokee people through the zenith of their power, through the heartbreak of the Trail of Tears, finally ending where the Cherokee people continue to rewrite their place in the world. In the Cherokee culture, there's no word for goodbye. Instead, they say, "We will meet again." So whether you're planning your first trip or it's become a family tradition, you are always welcome to share the wonder that is Cherokee. Imagine shopping at a 40,000 square foot old-time general store. We like to think if we ain't got it, you don't need it. Three Bears General Store, traffic light number 4, Pigeon Forge. Oh, and we also have a live bear habitat. What about that?
Gotta have money.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
We don't have any money.
Just gonna call your bank and be like, this joker wants $100. Can you believe that?
I'm approved.
And in like
Right.
2 hours, he'll have $40 left and go, where do I want to go? Hey, Mike, you gonna go hiking?
Yep. I was thinking about taking the Appalachian Trail all the way to Maine.
How long is that gonna take?
I plan to be there by next Friday.
All the way to Maine.
All the way to Maine.
Is that what you're taking?
Yeah.
It's kind of small. What are you gonna eat?
I'm gonna camp out at restaurants.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see you when you get back.
Okay. It goes without saying, the best way to see the Great Smoky Mountains is to do it on foot. We mentioned earlier some good trails to check out are the loop trails. This way you're always seeing something new. Because it's a loop, you never pass the same thing twice. One really nice loop trail is only a half mile past Sugarland's Visitor Center. It's called the Sugarland's Valley Nature Trail. This half-mile long loop trail is paved, which makes it ideal for baby strollers and wheelchairs. It's a real easy, nice, and level walk, and along the way, you'll see a number of nature exhibits, old home sites, and the very picturesque Little Pigeon River.
Another really good loop trail in the Smokies is the Cucumber Gap Loop. It's a 5.5-mile hike that's considered easy because there's no hills. Along the way, you'll see lots of wildflowers and a beautiful stretch of the Little River. To get to the Cucumber Gap Loop, take Little River Road in front of the Sugarlands Visitor Center and drive about 4.5 miles to the Elkmont Campground. Just before the entrance to the campground, take a left and go to the Little River Trailhead. Just like we mentioned earlier, it's a good idea to go by an outfitter's or the Sugarlands Visitor Center to get the best information on all the hiking trails in the Smokies. I thought you were on your way to Maine.
Oh, I was. I got a rock in my shoe.
Was it still in there?
Yeah, I'm going to the car and get it out.
Well, why don't you take it out now? Sometimes I feel so sorry for him. Hey, David, do you want to go to lunch?
Sure, let's go.
Born from stopping in on friends and staying all day. Born from the fair trade of good music and story for good food and drink. Born from good people and shared with the same. Old Smoky Tennessee moonshine. Have some, friend. Born from Appalachian mud and mist. From passed down secrets and passed on traditions. From law-abiding and law-unabiding. Born from calloused hands and broken back. From deep bluegrass and rich bluegrass. Born from good people and shared with the same. Old Smoky Tennessee moonshine. Have some, friend.
Sure, you want to stay in a nice place while you're here in the Smokies. You also want to stay where there's lots of amenities, like indoor and outdoor pools, a restaurant, rooms right on a trout stream, a facility for meetings and reunions. Sure, you want to stay in a nice place with lots of amenities. Well, here you go. the Sidney James Mountain Lodge, Airport Road, Gatlinburg.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I loved you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Hey y'all, my name is Amy Sunshine, and you're watching the Visitors Channel, and we want to thank you kindly.
You can get coupons for discounts on all sorts of things in the Smokies by simply picking up a copy of the Best Read Guide. You can also print out coupons from home by going to SmokyMountainsCoupons.com. Use any mobile device and scan the QR codes in the Best Read Guide and see a video, get coupons, and more information. Now, how cool is that? At Corky's, our aim is to serve the finest Memphis-style hickory-smoked ribs and barbecue you'll find anywhere in the world. Our dry rub and special sauce will make you swear that Beale Street is just around the corner, and Corky's is right smack in the middle of hog heaven.
I'm David Thompson, and I'm the camera guy.
Anybody got any ideas on a piece we could do just specifically about the Great Smoky Mountains?
How about trees?
Good idea, David. Then we can do a second piece about bushes. Oh, I have an idea. What about the history of the Great Smoky Mountains? Don't you think people would enjoy hearing the story behind the park?
I think you're right.
I usually am.
Or how about trees?
There's a lot of interesting history to be found here in the Great Smoky Mountains. For example, these are considered to be the oldest mountains in the world. Around 250 million years ago, Africa and North America collided. This caused the rock to shift upward, creating the Appalachian Mountains.
We know humans lived here 11,000 years ago, possibly longer. It seems a group of Iroquois Indians migrated south from the New England area and settled in various places around the southern Appalachian Mountains. And as time moved on, they became known as the Cherokee. With the abundance of wildlife and their development of agriculture, the Cherokee were, for the most part, living the good life. Then around 1540, the Europeans showed up. Well, there goes the neighborhood. By the late 18th century, European settlers began to show up here in large numbers. The two sides made an effort to get along, but when you put two totally different cultures together, you're going to have problems. Attempts were made to settle disagreements by drawing up treaties and establishing legal code. Well, none of this worked.
Then in 1828, gold was discovered in North Georgia. Well, this changed everything. The European attitude was, let's don't let them get the gold. 2 years later, President Andrew Jackson signed the Removal Act, and the Cherokee Nation was relocated to what is now Oklahoma, and their journey became known as the Trail of Tears. While the law stated all Cherokee must move west, we all know not everybody obeys the law. In this case, there was a handful of Cherokee that hid way back in the Smokies and somehow managed to survive. Then in 1889, the Qualla Indian Reservation was established. Now, what happened after that is coming up right after this. Stop and think about this. For a little more than you'd pay for a motel room, you could be staying in one of Antebellum's cabins. If you share the tab with family and friends, you could end up paying far less than you would for a motel room. Also, when you check into Antebellum's, you get a free pass to a number of major attractions every day of your stay. Add all that up and, well, there's not a lot more to think about.
Mellow Mushroom is more than just pizza and beer. We want to provide you with an experience filled with colorful art, eclectic music, and food that comforts your soul. Whether you opt for our hand-tossed pizza, baked subs, or yummy munchies, you'll enjoy a vibe so cool you'll have to come back for more. Mellow Mushroom, it's all good.
You know, I'm pretty sure that I'm 1/16 Cherokee Indian.
With the last name Abernathy? No, I think you're Scottish.
You got something against Scottish Indians? From the late 1700s and on into the 1800s, quite a few pioneers had moved into the Smokies. Because they had to have houses, furniture, fences, barns, and fuel, logging played an important role. If they were going to have anything at all outside of a garden, it had to come from a tree. Think about it. You live in a forest, what do you got? Trees.
By the mid-1800s, folks started logging for a profit, but it didn't really grow into a big business because getting the timber out of these mountains was quite a chore. I mean, honey, one mule can only drag so many logs. By the turn of the century, this logs for money idea began to change. The demand for lumber in the East was growing like wildfire, and someone was smart enough to say, hey, let's run a railroad back into these mountains. That, of course, made getting a large number of logs out of the mountains much easier.
While the Smoky Mountains were a gold mine for timber, it didn't take long for the logging companies to strip these mountains bare. The only sections of forest that were overlooked were the ones that were just too hard to get to. We now call these old-growth forests. This is an area where some trees are so big, it takes 4 or 5 people to reach around one. Now that's a big tree. So, the Smokies are bare, there's no work here, people are leaving to find employment elsewhere, and this breathtakingly beautiful portion of the eastern United States lies in limbo.
Then, in 1904, a librarian named Horace Kephart from St. Louis came to the Smokies and was so moved by the fact that all the timber was being stripped from these mountains, he decided to make a difference. He started promoting the idea of the Smokies becoming a national park. In the 1920s, some prominent people in Knoxville picked up on the idea and began raising money to purchase the land. Donations came in from everywhere, including a hefty $5 million from John D. Rockefeller.
The money was finally raised to purchase the 515,000 acres that make up the park, and in 1934, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, in a dedication, announced that this area is now the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
And now that we've learned our history lesson, let's go have some fun.
I'm Sam Venable from the Knoxville News Sentinel, speaking on behalf of Appalachian Bear Rescue. Do you know black bears have a life expectancy of 12 to 15 years? Bears that rely on humans for food aren't so lucky. These panhandler bears often only live half that long. If you're in an area bears call home, make sure you don't leave any food out and pick up your trash. Keep our beloved black bears safe. Don't feed them. For more information, go to abrtn.org.
Hey, thanks for watching the Visitors Channel. We hope we've been able to give you some good information about this area. And you've heard from us, now we want to hear from you. Let us know what you think of our program or simply say hello. We've got a lot more videos about the Mountain South on our website, and of course you can always check us out on YouTube and Facebook.
Nothing beats finding a little place tucked away somewhere that allows you to distance yourself from the madness and kick back for a little while. There's a place like that in Gatlinburg. It's called the Shamrock Lounge. There's live music on the patio, karaoke inside, and more fun than a yard full of 4-leaf clovers. You might even experience the luck of the Irish. So slip on out to the Shamrock Lounge, near traffic light number 8 in Gatlinburg.
This cabin needs to get its nails done. Black bears are wild, and sometimes their behavior can be unpredictable.
Like me.
Like David, you wild man. I need some Crocs.
All right, do something funny. No, just concentrate.
Not right this second.
Yeah. Maybe later.
This is the part of the show where I tell you about some of the special events and festivals that happen in this area throughout the course of a year. So if you hear something you like, you might want to stay a day or two longer or just come back sooner. Here we go. Start your year off right with Gatlinburg's annual New Year's Eve ball drop and fireworks show from the Space Needle. Downtown Gatlinburg will come to life at the stroke of midnight with a fabulous pyrotechnic show. That's fireworks. If you can see the Space Needle from your hotel, chalet, or at the Smoky Mountain overlooks, you are guaranteed a terrific show. Happy New Year!
Number 2.
Everybody loves the springtime. That's why when spring rolls around, there's a county-wide 3-month-long celebration of spring. Festivities include a mountain quilt fest, the Dolly Parton Parade, and of course flowers everywhere you look. In late April, you're gonna love Gatlinburg's Rib Fest. Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies is the stunning backdrop for a tasting party. Sample award-winning ribs from the area's finest restaurants and amateur chefs. With a fly. Now in mid-May, you'll have to catch the annual Bloomin' Barbecue and Bluegrass Festival in downtown Sevierville. Here you'll enjoy the Tennessee State Barbecue Championship, heavy duty, bluegrass concerts, fabulous food, and authentic mountain crafts. Gatlinburg hosts the first 4th parade in the nation every year. Bring a chair out on the evening of the 3rd, and when the clock strikes 12 and it's officially July 4th, you'll enjoy lighted floats, marching bands, and big old helium balloons.
Miss me.
That one almost went on the ground. Several times a year, Gatlinburg offers the Gatlinburg Craftsman's Fair. Peruse over 200 booths featuring some of the nation's finest work. The artisans will be on hand to demonstrate their skills, answer your questions, and sell you a unique piece of work. What could be better? Live bluegrass and country music. Snorky. For 2 weeks every August, Pigeon Forge honors the millions of men and women who served in the armed forces with its annual Celebrate Freedom observance. The patriotic festivities include speakers forums, canteen dances, parades, musicals, and a military book fair. In late September is the annual Taste of Autumn. Sample the area's finest restaurants and homemade desserts for a United Way of Sevier County benefit event. Enjoy live entertainment, a benefit auction, and door prizes for a wonderful countywide cause. The annual Smoky Mountain Harvest Festival is a countywide celebration of fall spectacular colors with craft shows, sidewalk sales, live entertainment, and a decoration competition. In early November, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and Sevierville get into the holiday spirit with dazzling light displays, seasonal music, holiday entertainment, and trolley tours of all the twinkling lights. It's called Winterfest, and Gatlinburg knows how to kick it all off. They do it with a chili cook-off at Ripley's Aquarium. Grab a spoon and taste award-winning chilies as the town of Gatlinburg flips the switch to light the town up. Well, that covers the highlights, but there's always something going on, so go do something.
The Meadowlark Motel is conveniently located in Maggie Valley, nestled between the Blue Ridge Parkway and the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. You gotta see Maggie. Come stay at the Meadowlark Motel, just minutes away from skiing the slopes of Cataloochee or golfing at the local country clubs. Here's where you'll enjoy fine restaurants, nightclubs, and local attractions, such as the Wheels Through Time Museum. Stay in the center of adventurous Maggie Valley, where you'll enjoy fun-filled days and quiet, peaceful creeks at night at the Meadowlark Motel.
When you're traveling in the Smokies, wouldn't it be nice to have all the answers to your travel questions in the palm of your hand? Well, now you do. Become a fan of the Best Read Guide Smoky Mountains Facebook page. Submit your questions, and you'll have your answers in a timely fashion. Best Read Guide. Now you know. Mellow Mushroom is more than just pizza and beer. We want to provide you with an experience filled with colorful art, eclectic music, and food that comforts your soul. Whether you opt for our hand-tossed pizza, baked subs, or yummy munchies, you'll enjoy a vibe so cool you'll have to come back for more. Mellow Mushroom, Traffic Light 2A Pigeon Forge, and Traffic Light 8 in Gatlinburg. It all starts on the patio, where you can mingle with friends and have one of the finest steaks or gourmet burgers anywhere, all right beside the creek. It's called Howard's Steakhouse. Been there since 1946. Kinda tells you they're doing something right. In the evening, head on up to the second floor and hit the Wild Boar Saloon. Take part in karaoke, play games, or just kick back and have fun. Remember, it all starts on the patio at Howard's Steakhouse.
Well, that's our show. Thanks for watching.
We'd also like to thank all of our sponsors and all the people who helped us put this show together, including our tree-hugging hippie cameraman David Thompson, our Knoxville rock-climbing cameraman Biff Farrell, and our sound guy all the way from Nashville, Alan Laney.
Now, while it may appear that we know what we're doing, don't be fooled into thinking we always get our lines right. Take a look.
Less than an hour away from where I am currently staying in the lodging unit, wherever I am. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I'm going to take a day trip, and now I don't remember my line.
Another good that was 5 seconds out of the gate. Another really good loop hike in the Smokies is the Cucumber Gap Loop. It's considered really easy because there's no hills, and I've already screwed it up again. Along the way, you'll see lots of wildflowers. Another good really
trail for looping.
Another really good loop trail in the Smokies is the Cucumber Gap Loop. It's a 5.5 mile. That line!
Comments or congestions?
I'll handle this.
All right.
I'll handle this.
Yeah,
Look at how good that was.
And go.
We hope you're enjoying the show. And listen.
Promise not to tell.
Ooh. So give us a call or send us an email at this address right down here.
All right, let's go. There's over 800 miles of hiking trails here in the Great Smokies, and you can take anything from it. No, wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
What makes Grotto Falls distinctive? It's heavy.
Go.
We mentioned no. Wait. Mountains National Park.
It's grown into the most visited park in the national park system, something like that, to accommodate and entertain visitors from all over the world.
And you can hear them now.
And there they are.
Show him you're in charge. Don't run. In most cases.
Up next, some exciting events that happen in Saria.
And go.
So just like we mentioned earlier, it's a good idea to stop at it. Idea came out kind of funny. Idea. The black bear is the mascot for the Great Smoky Mountains. This majestic beast weighing it in.
And our sound guy from Nashville, Alan Laney.
And then I say something.
Yeah, then the helicopter did.
Oh, you're still here. It's a fun show, isn't it? Well, listen, if you missed something or you want to watch it again, and you know you do, it'll start over here again in just a few seconds. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Again.